Hey, Julie Reynolds here, and I am super excited to be interviewing Justina Reeves. She is a almost seven-figure earner in the industry. She's been doing it for all of 10 years, full-time for 7. She is a top earner in her company, and she is here with us today, super excited to be sharing her one tip that she feels you need to do in order to be successful in network marketing. I'm going to give you a little hint. It starts right here with your mind. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out. And hey, if we are just meeting, my name is Julie Reynolds, and I help network marketers brand themselves with confidence and build their dream business online. In this channel, I give you weekly tips on how to build your network marketing business online using the same strategies I've used to hit the top ranks of the company. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you never miss out. Justina, I am so excited to have you here. You are a true boss lady who is absolutely crushing it both on social media and just in your business alone, but you pour so much into the network marketing industry as a whole. And I totally understand why you've had massive success in this industry. And I know that you've been doing it for a really long time, but what do you think is the key to success in network marketing, especially for women? Because that's what this channel is really about.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Julie, thank you so much for inviting me on here. And I am absolutely honored to share the screen with someone like yourself and with the caliber of yourself and what you're doing in the industry. So I feel like I'm the blessed one here. But if I had to narrow it down to one, which is hard in this industry, and especially when you're talking about women, but to me, and I tell my team this and Crossline Sisters and everything, you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Now, we know we have to work on our business. We know we have to do those daily income producing activities, but you got to identify what it is that's holding you back. And you said it, it's all right here. Yeah. Like I've always, my commitment to the industry is I will always show up raw and real and completely uncut. Like I want to talk about the struggles. I want to be real. But you've got to be real with yourself first. And so that's my number one tip is you've got to be getting better every single day. How can I get past this limiting self-belief? How can I get past, X, Y, or Z, whatever it is that's holding you back, and work on that because it's going to help the income producing activities. So that's my number one advice to everybody.
What would you say is like your favorite personal development? Is it a podcast that you recommend? Is it a book that you recommend? Like, where do you start with people when you're doing coaching? Where would you recommend that they go?
I always start with your morning routine. Okay. Now, I get a lot of hateful looks when I say that because I'm naturally a morning person. I say naturally. I just started at a very young age. I don't think it was natural. I think I just got into that practice. But what is your morning routine? How are you starting your day? Are you getting ready? Now, I'm naturally a reader. I like to read, old fashioned. It has paper and there's ink. Those are books. I like to read those. If you don't like to read, listen to a book. If books are too long, listen to a podcast. If you're more visual, watch a YouTube video, whatever works for you. And what will happen is when you start going down that path, I tell everybody, when you join the network marketing industry, if you tell me, Justina, I have 30 minutes a day to build this business. Tell me how to use this 30 minutes. I'm going to tell you use 15 for personal development every time. I don't care what that looks like. But if you're getting up in the morning and you're turning on the news and you're listening to your kiddos scream in the background, because I'm sure I'm the only person's house that happens in the morning.
Right. Then, of course, it doesn't happen here.
Yeah. then the mess has already started before you've even started. So making sure, I don't care how you consume it. I just consume it and consume it on a regular basis. So, my vehicle, I was on the road for 6 hours yesterday. I had corporate and came back. I'm like, okay, where's a book? I got 6 hours. And so I'm constantly consuming information that's helping me get past whatever's holding me back. And that's going to be different. Julie, what you need to consume is going to be different than what I'm consuming. And what I was consuming 5 years ago is different than what I'm consuming today. So just identifying what it is that's holding you back and go for that.
What is I love all this, by the way, because you know that I'm all about mindset, right? I'm the confidence, if you don't have, it doesn't matter how much theory you've got going on with your network marketing tips and words that you can be saying and how to, network better on social media. If you don't have this, it doesn't matter because you're not implementing what you're learning. But what is your favorite book? I'm curious to know, what is your all time, I read this all the time. What is your favorite book?
I have a lot of them. And I have a lot that I go back, Think and Grow Rich, obviously, is a go to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Leaders. I mean, that's another good one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one that I recommend so many times for brand new network marketers, that it's not a network marketing book. But the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins absolutely changed my life because I struggled with anxiety. I struggled with panic attacks, and that was so taboo for so long. And there was no way. I mean, I can post on Facebook, my kid needs a new dentist. Who do you recommend? You can put that out there, but I feel like I can't breathe and I feel like I'm crazy. You can't put that out there. It wasn't. And so that was the first book that I read that was giving me practical tips to move past something that was holding me back. And so people that are I know what to do, I'm just having a hard time doing it. I'm 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Go read it. It's, and plus kind of an insider tip or maybe a guilty pleasure. Anybody that cusses has my attention. Sorry. So I always tell them, if cussing offends you, don't read that book. But it got my attention. So
well, that's why we get along so well, because I've been told I have a truck driver mouth. So,
Me too.
Totally understand. It's like a guilty pleasure. It just releases so much when you swear, right?
Oh, yeah. It's passion. I mean, that's passion.
What is, my morning routine, and I agree with you, going back to that morning routine, I agree with you. I mean, I start my day, I do meditate every morning. I do a guided meditation, and that really helps. And I do it laying down, although some people say that you should be sitting up. I don't fall asleep, and I just don't want to get out of bed yet. I do wake up early, but guided meditation has been really big for me in terms of mindset, as is writing. I write down in my phone, actually. That's where it's been the easiest. 10 things that I'm grateful for every single day. So that's my morning routine. Before I get my kids up at 6:30, I usually spend about that half an hour pouring into my mindset. And it's huge, because I notice when I don't, when I fall off the bandwagon, what happens up here is just it's not a good thing. What is your morning routine? I would love to hear it.
So my morning routine has changed and kind of morphed into a lot. Several years ago, if you've not read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, that's where I really started getting, I had a morning routine and it was a good one, but that's where I got really strategic about my morning routine. So you say meditation's your go-to. So I just recently started, I'm not even going to say meditating, started trying to meditate. I'm getting better. It's really hard for me. So my morning routine is I stumble to the coffee pot, one eye the cup of coffee. I go back into my living room. I get my comfy chair with my cozy blanket, and I dive into some spiritual development. Now, guys, this is something, and I don't know, I know there's room for all of us in this world, but there is a difference between spiritual development and personal development. And once upon a time, I would interchange those. I was oh no, I'm reading this book. And I'm okay, that's personal development. Oh, so I dive straight into spiritual development. Then I get up and I move for at least 20 minutes. 3 days a week, I actually go to the gym, so it's about an hour, but I move my body. That is something I've just started over the last few months. That's not something I've always done. But then I dive into some personal development, and then I have a gratitude journal. I will tell you, when I implemented the gratitude journal was when things started changing at a rapid pace in my business. I mean, I'm how can writing down things I'm grateful for? Because I think I'm a pretty grateful person anyways. But I'm how can me writing this down or putting it in my phone, how can it really change that much? I don't know how it works, Julie, but it works. When you write that down and you run everything in your life through that filter of gratitude, it's a game changer.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And what I love, and I'm all about the gratitude, guys, Magic is my favorite book. I
just rereading that right now.
Totally. Pick it up every, day and read one of the new things to be, focusing on for the day. So yes, I'm a big proponent in gratitude. And what I love about these interviews, guys, is that everybody, these are 6-7 figure earners. These are people that we all strive to be, right? This is why we went into network marketing, so that we can fire our bosses. And everybody has different ideas of what it takes to be successful, yet they're all super duper important. So guys, make sure that you are I have a link to some of the other, I've got a whole series on, interviewing boss ladies in the network marketing space. So I'm going to click it up here. Make sure you hear what other people have to say. And then Justina, I know we talked a little bit about live video, right? And I know that plays a role in confidence as well, right? Showing up on live video and, being authentically you. What would you say is something that they, one actionable step that they could take? Mindset is key. Obviously, we need to be pouring into ourselves. But then when you're showing up on social media, what would you recommend?
Well, in the arena of live video, just do it. I mean, I know that sounds so cliche, but you can sit here and think about all the what ifs and the just in cases and I don't know and things. I've been doing live video since live video was cool. Like I remember the day, Julie, like where there was no such thing as live video anyways. Like you had to record, but if it was longer than like 2 minutes, it wouldn't upload. I remember like needing to get information to people and I was talking so fast because I needed it under 2 minutes if it was ever. And then I live in the country, like we live on a farm. So my Wi-Fi is like here. And so like sometimes I would have to drive 30 minutes to like town to get big kid Wi-Fi so that I could get something uploaded. So just do it. Like get your information out there because here's something that I think is so important. Once upon a time, back in the olden days, like nobody knew anything about you unless you physically were face to face and you told them. Then came like the telephone. So then all they knew is you didn't have to see each other, but you had to pick up the phone and call each other. Then this whole monster of social media came on the scene. And people were just kind of scared. They didn't know. I mean, I started Facebook when only college kids could have Facebook. You had to have a college email to sign up for it. But then like the filter come on the scene. Like, and so everybody was portraying this, whatever it was, but none of it was reality. And so people started like, is that real? Is it not? I don't think it's real, but yet I'm setting my goals to become that. And I think we're seeing a shift once again where people want real.
Yes.
People want the little 4-year-old to run by naked when I'm doing a fast video or, whenever one time this literally happened, I was doing a Facebook Live and my husband we have a cushion that sits on the fireplace. He caught it on fire. And so like runs behind me with like a flaming cushion. And I'm like, whoa, that was on fire. People want that, and everybody that reaches out to me whenever it's in regards to my live video is I love how real you are. I love how that's all I know how to be. And that's what the world wants. They want to know that top figure earners struggle. They want to know that we have self-doubt. They want to know I always say, I'm not teaching from a platform. I'm not teaching because I've perfected it. I'm teaching on topics that I'm walking through in real time. Yeah. And that's what the world wants. So if you slip up and you say the wrong word, or who freaking cares? Nobody cares. So just do it.
And it's funny, if pressing that live button is so hard for you guys, in the description of this video, I've got your 10-minute income producing worksheet for you. It's going to teach you the positive affirmations like we talked about, pouring into your mindset, and how to hit that live button with confidence, okay? So make sure you grab that worksheet. It's a free download for you in the description. Make sure you get it. But what I love and what I've heard so much recently, Justina, is that the idea of being an influencer has changed. The idea of being an influencer today, which is amazing, is providing value and being authentically you, right? And so having the confidence, that mindset is key, right? Because you have to realize that you have something of value to give somebody, but when you're putting yourself out there on social media, people want to see the raw, honest you. They want you to make mistakes because that's what's relatable, right? Like this perfect influencer status that you think everybody is so perfect and polished and they say all the right things. That's not relatable. That's not going to draw people to you because they're going to think, well, I can't be like her. You want people joining your team because they're like, I can do what she's doing. That's easy. I can do that.
I always say I'm going for the person that's like, if she can make money doing this, I'm going to kill it. Like that's who I'm going for. I want people that are better than me.
I love it. I love it. Well, this has been fantastic. Guys, make sure you subscribe to this entire series of boss moms, women, network marketing women that are absolutely crushing it. I love hearing everybody's different stories. Justina, you are a true inspiration. I'm so honored to have you here on this YouTube channel, sharing and pouring in so many golden nuggets. I will also put a link to the books that were mentioned in the description as well, so that you guys can get your hands on them. But if you've got any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. My question of the day for you is, what do you think is the most important thing that you need to be doing in order to be successful in network marketing? Put it in the comments below. Let me hear from you. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel so that you never miss out. I come on here every Tuesday giving you network marketing tips, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think, and have a wonderful one. Justina, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Julie.